All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is your favorite Dark Sorcerer here. And I know I've been kind of in and out the last few weeks. I've got a lot going on, a lot of trials being put in place. And I just wanted to stop by real fast and talk about today's full moon. It's a new moon, June 5th, the 5th of the month. Not only is it a full moon, but we are also having an eclipse. Now, for those of you who are into dark sorcery, those of you who are into baneful magics, those who are into, say, personal gain type rituals, tonight would be a perfect time to do this stuff. And this is why. Normally, when you do baneful magic, such as cursing and hexing, you wait until the waning moon. This is the portion after the full moon, right? And what would happen was, because it's the dark side of the moon, or considered to be the dark side of the moon, which is much in the same way as, say, Saturn, okay, the dark planet, as it's expanding, okay, and we're getting away from the full moon, it is now in the form of negativity. Okay, this is great for destruction. It's great for renewals, dark pacts, the whole kit and caboodle. Doesn't matter if it's just hexes or curses. Okay, but because it is a new moon and we have an eclipse this night around 1900 hours, from what I understand. Okay, and it does come down to where you are in the world. All right, tonight's magic, tonight's rituals will be boosted because of this, especially if you are into personal gain rituals. Like, say, if you want to do a curse on a company and you want to move ahead, like, say, for an example, go up the food chain, tonight's would be a perfect night for you to do one of these rituals to eliminate the opposition. Okay, in this case it would be perfect to just simply petition the spirits, remove these individuals from my line of sight, so I'm able to go up this rank. Okay, if you are if you have trouble with individuals who are attacking you personally, tonight would be a good time to do a ritual like this. Okay, and simply put up one of those cloaking barriers, a seal of cloaking, a seal of protection, a seal of reversal, seal of adjuration, stuff like that, and really activate, not only just charge them up under the lunar activity of this eclipse, but also unleash them. The full moon brings power. It brings authority. And when you're dealing in baneful and dark sorceries, there is no time like the present to employ such tactics. Now, if you're a necromancer, a demonologist, if you're into demonolatry, this is also a great time to come to terms and do invocations and evocations to the dark ones, the old ones, to get to know them, make blood pacts with them. But if you do this, make sure to give both offerings and sacrifices. Okay, and make it personal. This way, you are able to make that connection more potent, especially if you're utilizing blood sorcery. For those of you who are into necromancy, well, let's just say starting tonight would be a great night for 31 days of rituals nightly within a cemetery, an abandoned church, or perhaps some form of hallowed ground or unhallowed ground, something that you want to corrupt, utilize, and turn into your favor. If you're looking to become a grave lord, for an example, tonight would be a very, very beneficial right on that one, because number one, tonight's a great night for that petition, but make sure that you challenge yourself. But at the same time, you want to be there every night around the same exact time, nightly without fail for 34 days straight. That's 31 plus 3 nights. Okay. And I've learned that there's a huge difference between a grave lord and a necromancer. So there is a difference between those two. And I would recommend that you do your own research into this beforehand. Okay, and I'm not going to discuss this any further in this department, but what I am going to tell you is that if you're a Satanist, it's a great time to do this and realign yourself with the forces of darkness. Doesn't matter if you're worshiping King Belial, the leader of the sons and daughters of darkness. Doesn't matter if you're following Satan, who replaced Beelzebub according to the poetical texts. Or perhaps if you're just simply aligning yourself with Lucifer, Beelzebub, and Astaroth, okay, the unholy trinity. Realigning yourself is a great way to continue on. Consider this night a great time for a black mass, maybe a coven meeting for renewals and reconnecting with the spirits. There's all kinds of things that go along with this type of new moon, especially if it has an eclipse. It's even better if you can do it with an eclipse. Now, another form of moons that are going to be coming up is the blood moon. You have the harvest moon, otherwise known as the hunter's moon. Okay, that's every 6 months. You have the blue moon, the super moons, stuff like that. Just a couple of years ago, we had 5 straight super moons of 5 various colors. Just a couple of years ago, and that happens once in a blue moon, literally. So whatever your purpose and whatever your need is, just letting you know that tonight is a great night to begin these rituals. So make sure that you're prepared, make sure that you've done your homework, and make sure that you won't be disturbed. Put in at least an hour or two, especially around the time of meridian, you know, which is midnight through 5 a.m. or midnight to, say, 3 a.m. Okay, the devil's hours. It doesn't have to be exact. You can begin these rituals directly on at the beginning of the eclipse and complete it around 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's up to you and what you're willing to put into it. But that also comes down to what you're looking for. All right. So I did want to just jump on here and kind of just remind you guys that there is a full moon tonight. It's a new moon, and there's a solar eclipse tonight. So really, really get into it. From what I understand, defensive is from. Let me get under here. My brother actually sent me something real fast. Let me go underneath his profile here. I think I actually put it underneath my gallery. There it is. And I'm pretty sure. Just got to locate it here real fast. Nope, gonna have to go underneath. Yeah, right here. Okay. The next month's solar eclipse, my brother sent me this last month, just to let you know. And these will be visible from parts in northern India, China, Central African Republic, Congo, Ethiopian, and south of Pakistan. If the weather is clear, you will witness the characteristic ring of fire, says the report. And the partial eclipse begins around 9:15 and ends around 15:04 p.m. on the same day, on the 20. This is on the 21st of June. Okay, but where is it? Today is 23:15 p.m. and it's the beginning of June 5th. The penumbral eclipse begins and goes all the way into tomorrow, which is awesome. Okay. And according to this one here, it says, according to a report by timeanddate.com, if you are in Asia, Australia, Europe, and Africa, you might be able to see the moon turning a shade darker. This will be a penumbral lunar eclipse that is usually hard to differentiate from a regular full moon. Okay? So 23:15 p.m. starting today, 12:54 a.m. tomorrow early morning to 2:34 a.m. tomorrow morning into the wee early mornings. So like I said, for those few hours, I would recommend doing rituals. I would recommend getting into to know what you're doing and what you're looking for in your life at this time. Okay, because this is a very good, powerful moon that is rare. Okay, and as my brother put it, on the 21st, there's another one, which means it's going to be spectacular and you're going to be seeing the ring of fire, especially if you're over in the European countries, down into Africa. Okay, so keep that one in mind. As for here in the United States, it doesn't, in the Americas, it doesn't matter if it's South America, North America, Central America, like say Mexico, or even Canada. Go out to the cemetery. Be outside during the full moon. It doesn't matter if it's cloudy. It doesn't matter if it's sunny. Tonight is going to be partly cloudy, but mostly sunny, and it's going to be calm. It's going to be great for these type of rituals that I've mentioned here today in this video. So I've been spending the last week really delving into my rituals and getting into the books, taking notes, and preparing for tonight. Because over the next 34 days, I'll be spending at least 20 minutes late night in a cemetery by myself. That's right, I enjoy it. That's real hardcore if you can do it all night like that. But like I said, you want to make sure that you don't get interrupted. You don't want to be harassed, and you want to be somewhere where you can be completely quiet to perform these rituals. Okay? A graveyard is perfect. An abandoned church, you can do it out in the woods. Depends on what you are and what path you're on. If you're a Satanist, the woods are a prime location. They go back to the Dark Ages and beyond. Hell, it goes all the way back to the Hexa in Swedish folklore. The witch, known as witchcraft, the practitioner of witchcraft in Swedish, around the 6th century, all the way up into the 8th century. Okay? So get into this stuff. Petition the gods. Realign yourself. Commit yourself. Dedicate yourself. And really delve 150% in. It will benefit you in the long run. All right? Have a good one. I want to thank Julia O'Neill for showing up. Custom Made Incense. The defensive mode. Thanks for showing up. And for the rest of you who will show up after this, Hope you have time to prepare. So, until the next time.